Hello everybody, my name is the local villain, and whoa, new lighting, new setting. That's because it is nighttime and I forgot to record during the daytime because I took a little nappy nap. And now it is currently 9:48, and yes, I am about to go to the gym and I'm wearing a Knocked Loose shirt. Whatever, we're not talking about Knocked Loose. We're not even talking about hardcore. We're talking about experimental, instrumental hip-hop. This shit goes crazy. We're talking about Endtroducing by DJ Shadow. Let's go. Dark, moody, forward-thinking, enigmatic are just some of the kind of pop phrases I can kind of say at you to get your attention to look at this album. Because when you think of instrumental hip-hop album, you might think of DILLA, you might think of some of the Metal Finger stuff by MF Doom, like I mentioned earlier, but this is just something a little different. This is something very of its time, but something that can very easily come out today, seeing as it's definitely inspiration for a lot of modern instrumental hip-hop. But Villain, isn't instrumental hip-hop just hip-hop? Kinda, yes, it's definitely its own genre. Having hip-hop just without the lyrics is kind of like, you know, weird because it's half the genre, but it's almost its own thing to create a song that specifically fits so well without lyrics. And this is just one of those projects that are one of the few pioneers of this sound. It is insane just how well this thing has aged. And whether it's a thing that's aged or just one of those things that are just so heavily inspired by, it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things where people look back at it and they're like, yeah, this is the sound that people are going to be copying for a long time. I think if you listen to a lot of the modern producers, you can kind of hear that moody, down-temperedness of this project kind of just linger in the back. I mean, there's nothing more I can really say that hasn't already been beaten to death by music nerds and hip-hop heads on Twitter about this project, other than it's just really good. It's really solid. It's glitchy at times, but it's not like Death Grips glitchy or like Bjork glitchy. It definitely kind of keeps you tranced. And there's a couple points in this album where you're listening to it and you're like, are my fucking headphones working? Like, what the fuck is going on? No, that's just the song. And it's almost like the album's trying to fuck with you, and it's trying to keep you on your toes and making you come back to the track listing, and you're like, okay, well, clearly I'm still going, so. Stop. Before we even get to the score, I have more thoughts I must say, because I just gave the record one more clean listen during my workout, and I have things I must mention. One of the first things I must mention is that there are so many times in this record where I can hear modern rappers just bodying these beats. I mean, half the Griselda cast would sound amazing on the first portion of this record. Specifically, West Side Gun would just dominate with the heavy pianos and the airiness of the beat. It's like it just spells Griselda all over it. Another thing I want to mention is that there's actually a lot of like slowcore and like My Bloody Valentine kind of bits and pieces strewn throughout the project where I'm like, am I listening to a hip-hop instrumental album? Like, it's honestly surprising the wide range of emotions and genres just this project can cover. And I was literally in the middle of like repping out a set, and I'm like, the fuck am I listening? This just goes back to the point where the album fucks with you and makes you kind of look at the track listing and go, am I still fucking listening to an album by DJ Shadow? So yeah, those are just some of the things I needed to get out of the way and out of my head. On to past Villain, who will be giving you the score. Peace. I think with all that being said, I'm just gonna give this a flat 10. Nothing crazy about it, no crazy hype. I'm not gonna be like Fantana where everyone on the fucking subreddit's gonna be like, whoa, a 10? But that's it. That's the video. Once again, a little bit more of a chiller vibe. I don't know if I really want to go for this high energetic, kind of skit, jokey, shooting guns off the wall kind of persona. I just kind of like talking about music. And if I'm chill about it, I'm chill about it. And if I'm not, I'm not. So who knows? Either way, thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure. Local Villain out. Peace.